I have been asked about back tying. What is back tying? And then also, how do you teach it when you tie your dog up and they just bark the whole time? So I don't just throw dogs on a back tie and then, let them work it out. It's something that I teach on a back tie. I know a lot of people will do it differently, but this is how I do it. One, what is a back tie? It's a leash that's tied, to your dog and then to something that they can't move. And I like to use these metal cable leashes, because if they chew them, they can't get through them. So that's what back tying is hooking them to something on their leash that they can't move. And it's something that I do in the yard. I do it in my house. I do it with my Caroline, who's not a working dog as far as the stock goes. She's a hunting dog. But it teaches them how to settle while there's work and yard work and dishes being done and dinners being had. And so it teaches them to really settle. So how I teach it is I put them on the tie, I back away, and I don't care if they're barking or jumping or whatnot, I start to them. And then if they get silly, I back away. And then when they sit, good. I don't ask them to ever sit. I don't give a command to this. I just reward for them being quiet. I never use food on the back tie. It's always praise and pressure and release. So she's remaining seated. And so I'm gonna just continue to walk away and just get further away from her. The instant she gets up, then I will walk to her. And then she's gonna slink, and then I'm gonna back away a little bit, and then I'm gonna walk to her. This is how I teach it. I'm gonna walk to her, I'm gonna back away, I'm gonna go to her, she sits, and then I come on in and give her a pet. That's a good girl. Yeah, that's good. And then I walk away. Yep, she got back up. So when your dog is barking and carrying on your back tie, you're gonna play this game, if you will. Oh, very nice. And then eventually what happens, they just learn that you can get further away, you can start doing stuff. And when I say eventually, it happens pretty quick. Within the time that you put into, okay, I'm gonna work in the yard and I'm gonna tie up my dog, but actually I'm gonna commit to my dog in giving her rewards or him rewards when they're quiet, meaning that reward is a pet and a come to you when they're quiet, not a go away. Or like I said, if she was barking, I would go right to her, because that's gonna shut her up, even this close. Good girl. And then when she stops barking, you come in and pet her, and then you back away. If she starts barking, you go to until she's quiet, and then you wait for the behavior. Again, I'm not telling her anything. I'm just waiting. So she doesn't want to sit down and ask for my attention, so I'm gonna back away again from her. And then we'll just wait her out. Good girl. Yay. That's good. And she's watching other things. Good. Yeah, that's very nice, Stevie. And I'm gonna go to her. So they just learn. It happens pretty quick, and then you can just do more and more and more, and they learn just to sit there and be quiet. And I do this once a day. Again, even in the house you can do this. It's not something you have to do out in the yard, or have a ranch dog or anything like that. It's no matter what the dog is, this concept works every time with any dog, is teaching them how to be settled on a tie. You have to be committed and train it. Don't just tie them up and then let them bark through it, because that's not teaching them anything. So soon as they settle into what you want, whether it's sitting or laying down, I don't care, I just want an offered behavior. I just come in and give them a good pet. That's good. And that time she stayed seated, which was really nice. And then if I'm doing it in the house, like if she stayed seated while I backed away, I would go in and just let her off. So something I work on, do these little training sessions all the time. I mean, at first when I'm teaching back tying, they're back tied all the time. They're attached to me, they're attached to the table while I'm doing dishes, they're attached to the couch while I'm while we're just sitting there relaxing, or I'll tie her to a chair in my office and work on it there. But it's something that I commit to for a couple of days, inside, outside, things going on, nothing going on. And they just really learn that being there and being away from you is not anything to worry about, and they don't need to panic through it. So I'm going to continue doing more of these back tie sessions so you can see different dogs, and I will work Caroline in my yard so you can see what that looks like on a non-ranchy dog, not being on the farm. So again, let me know if you have any questions. But that is the basics of back tying, and I will continue to shoot more videos for the back tying. I told everybody that I would show you what back tying looks like at my house. I'm out here in the front yard, and Caroline's on a back tie. Again, it's a leash that's hooked to something and then hooked to your dog, and obviously they need to be able to be safe and not get tangled up and not get hung up, but you should never just back tie your dog and leave them anyway. This is something that you're always present, but they don't have to be a part of everything. And so here she is, she's on the back tie. Caroline has never been back tied in the front yard as of yet, just because it's been winter and we haven't been hanging out in the front yard. But I just wanted to show everybody how I start teaching it. So ultimately where I would like her to be is up on the front, up on the front porch more, and not just hanging out here. But I really, as long as she's comfortable, she's gonna figure out where makes the most sense. She's a dog that we'll have hanging out front and while we're doing yard work and just kind of watching the world go by. Obviously there's not a lot going on at this time of COVID-19, but it's still watching cars and life and things happen, and they kind of get bored. And so when she gets up there and heads up there, then I'll go to her and pet her. And the fun thing about Caroline is she's on her own journey. And most dogs should be kind of doing their own thing. And I'm going to back off, and she obviously is going to follow. She feels the tension on the leash, and then we'll just wait. And so I'm rewarding a behavior that that I'm looking for and where I would like her to be without telling her. Again, she's going to find where it's comfortable. Some important safety tips is that you need to be present, because if they get tangled or their legs caught up, you need to make sure you're right there to help them and help them be successful. So she's starting to get a little bit vocal, which doesn't surprise me because Caroline is a little vocal. And we'll just wait for her to go back up, and as soon as she gets up there, then I'll come pet her. And again, what she should start looking for is coming up and then turning and looking at me for that attention. And it's about a bath day for Miss Caroline. She's gonna fall. Oh, nice, that's good. So I'll stop for a minute. Shouldn't pursue. That is a very nice girl. That's very nice. And for those of you that are wondering, some of you think that she might be a doodle, but she's not. She's a Spinoni Italiano. It's an Italian gun dog or bird dog. Very ancient breed. They have a phenomenal nose. And I'm tossing between doing some hunting stuff. I'm not a hunter, so it's not really, it'd be something that would be out of my bubble, which is okay and good. I know how to do it. I've trained several gun dogs, but I also thought doing some search and rescue stuff with her as well. So we'll see what her journey starts out. But again, she hangs there, and the more she's there, the more attention I'm going to give her. And then I may, as she finds herself more settled in the training situation, then I may walk away from her and go get something out of my truck, or check something, or go sit. But I'm never going to be out of sight from her, and I just want her to get and just be comfortable just being there. And so I may walk down the road and just start testing. Can I start doing things while my dog is on the front porch? And that was an uncomfortable place, but she still didn't come all the way down. And so I'm just gonna hang here. She's getting a little vocal, you can't really hear her. I'm gonna hang right here until she goes back up on the porch, and then I'll go to her and reward. But at this stage, I would start, you know, weeding my front yard, doing things and really start working in the yard at this stage. So again, if you have a vocal dog, if you have a dog that's just barking and lunging, just do your back and forth exercise until they learn that sitting or relaxing is really where you want them to be. And they will start picking that up, and they will continue to offer this behavior. Now, like I said, she's not a trained dog. Caroline has manners, she's got leash manners, and she's got a recall on her, but she has not had obedience done on her, and she has not been tied up like this very often, and she has never been tied up on the front yard. So it's not like I'm sitting here showing you a completely trained dog that knows what they're doing. I'm showing you what it can be like and how to teach back tying to a dog that's really never ever had it before. So if you have any questions, please let me know. And I'm gonna go a little bit further away because she's stepping down and getting curious. So I'm almost out on the road. If you have questions, please let me know. If you want further instructions on back tying and all the different ways that you can back tie, you can log on to our website, Dog Training 360, and sign up for our online dog training platform that goes into a lot of different training videos and also in-depth conversation and training for back tying. Again, that's dogtraining360.com. Happy training, y'all.